What's up, guys? So I'm really excited about this week. On my channel this week, we're going to be having tons and tons of Guilty Gear Strive content. Starting tomorrow, I have gotten into the early access Guilty Gear Strive beta. They're letting some streamers and content creators in a day early. So tomorrow, the 16th, on my Twitch stream, I'm going to be streaming Guilty Gear Strive starting around 3 p.m. Eastern Time is when it is planning to open up the beta. And I'm going to be playing a lot. So be sure to come in and tune in for that live. If you're not able to make it to the live stream, don't worry. I'm going to be having lots and lots of videos coming up. Be sure to let me know in the comments what types of content you're most interested in. I believe training mode is going to be in the beta, so if you want to see me labbing out the characters, let me know. If you just want to see a bunch of matches, I'm going to be doing that as well. So let me know. But now the beta hasn't started yet, so until then, we're stuck looking at the videos and stuff that have been released. So there's a new video that's come out that has gameplay of all the characters that are going to be in the beta. So we're just going to watch that. We're going to react to it. I'll let you know my thoughts on how I think the game looks and how the characters look as well. So let's jump right in here. Okay, so first match is going to be Zato versus Soul. So I maybe have a little bit of bias against Zato from playing against a friend of mine who played him a lot in Xrd. This character is so frustrating to fight when he just knocks you down and starts mixing with the Oki. But I feel like we're seeing an interesting strategy here where he's actually kind of trying to zone Soul out a little bit. Something I've noticed with Strive so far is it seems like the dichotomy between the really slow and damaging characters versus the really fast characters with better mix-ups and less good damage, it's a really big difference. So you can see Soul is just destroying him when he gets in. That's kind of what I'm getting at. With characters like Soul, Potemkin, Ramithal, Nagariyuki, when these characters get in on you, they just murder you. So I think it makes a little bit of sense that Zato was trying to play a little bit more defensively. But here we see him going in with the command throw. The command throw looks really beautiful in this game. Obviously everything about this game looks beautiful. It looks incredible. But once again, we're seeing Soul land that huge damage, nearly 50% off that combo. Oh, but a big counter hit jump in from Zato, but he doesn't confirm off it. So that's an interesting move. There's like a sort of two-hit attack that Eddie can do, but he can cancel the second hit into whatever other special moves he wants. So you could see he went into the frog there. He went into that move where Eddie turns into a bunch of snakes. This is going too fast. I can't keep up, but already round 2 is over. Now it's 1-1. That looked like a normal throw from Zato. So yeah, you can see there he cancels that first hit of that attack into a special move. So it seems like that is a good way to try to lock them down with Eddie. And he's got Eddie roaming around the screen doing that frog move. That frog move looks really dangerous. You can combo off it as well. I think you can get big damage on counter hit. So that move he just did, it's got really slow startup, but I believe it can tank hits. And then Eddie sort of transforms into like a Hydra snake thing and attacks them. So you can kind of use it like Android 18 barrier assist in a weird way. So I'm interested to see that. But yeah, like these bruiser characters, you just gotta keep them off you. It seems really hard. Soul is just mauling Zato in this match, and then we get a little bit of mix-up with his 2K. It's the frog jumping around. Yeah, the drill from Zato seems really good as well. And there's one of his supers where he throws that sword. I believe the sword tracks wherever you are on screen. Another normal throw here. I believe they did slow down normal throws, if I'm correct. They are no longer as good of a reversal as they used to be. But a raw super from Soul. I mean, fine, just wake up super on a pixel. And he takes the round. So yeah, I mean, I guess just thoughts about that first match. Definitely the characters look pretty much as you would expect, I think. I think maybe they did the game a little bit of a disservice by showing mostly the really simple characters earlier on. Like, we didn't see characters like Zato, Milia. We didn't see these guys until the most recent trailers. So in the early trailers, we were mostly just seeing like Soul, Kai, Potemkin, Axel. So now that we're seeing a bit more of the anime craziness that the game has in store, I feel like people are generally feeling more positive about it. Obviously, there's still a ton of changes that could be controversial. There's maybe some reduction in combo potential, the insane amount of damage that a lot of attacks do now. But generally, I feel like the game is looking pretty good. Let's go into this next match here, which is Kai versus Nagariyuki. So Nagariyuki, I might have to move my... I'm going to move my face here. He's got this meter, this blood meter, right here. And so doing certain attacks will cause the blood meter to raise. And you might think most meters you want to go up, but it actually seems like with Nagariyuki, you want that meter to stay low. Because when it fills up, it can become kind of a problem. He transforms into this blood rage state, and the transformation is really vulnerable, so you have to watch out because you can get hit when you transform. And then when he goes into the blood rage, he just constantly drains health. So you have to really watch out for what attacks you do to make sure that this meter doesn't fill up too quickly. But he does get some new abilities. Oh, see here, he goes into the blood rage. And so he takes off the mask. His normals are increased in size and damage, I believe. But yeah, like, he just died. So you gotta watch out for the blood rage. I believe hitting the opponent with sword normals reduces the gauge. I believe that's correct, whereas most of his special moves increase the gauge. And I believe he has the ability to cancel some specials into other specials, and I'm pretty sure that increases it like a lot. So you have to use stuff like that sparingly, or at least balance it out with the activation of that mode, because that blood rage mode is very, very dangerous. But we're seeing standard Kai pressure. He seems like he has really good normals in this game, really good fireball, as you would expect. A Roman cancel combo from Nagariyuki here, and you see he ended that combo with a sword normal, and I'm pretty sure that's what got that meter draining down. Someone can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's why the blood meter was sort of sent back down here. But it looks like Kai is going to take round 2, comboing into a super. By the way, I want to point out the stages. This stage, I believe we did see in the last beta, but a lot of the other stages that we're going to see are new. Like this one is new, I believe. This was not in the beta. This looks like May's stage, I guess, because it's got the sky whale thing. But anyway, one thing that is kind of bothering me, I think generally I'm more okay with the UI than most people are. I know a lot of people hate the gigantic combo counter. It doesn't bother me that much. It's a little bit distracting, but I feel like it catches the eye of people who aren't, you know, big fighting game people. I think it's important to be able to draw those people in quickly with the visuals. But one thing that does bother me about the visuals is I don't like how the characters blend into some stages. I'm not sure if we're going to see that in this video in particular, but on some stages, the real-time lighting makes it kind of hard to distinguish the characters. But this stage looks beautiful. Nice, bright, and sunny. So we're looking at May versus Giovanna. So May was in the last beta. She seems fairly standard. She seems pretty simplified. She mostly is just like a big normals rush down, kind of like an E Honda style character. She has less of the Okizeme type of stuff that she had in Xrd, but she does do a ton of damage. And she seems like she can use the new Roman cancel system very well as well, so that's interesting. But Giovanna is a character who's been kind of divisive. I think everybody really loved her visual design right out of the gate. I think she looks really cool. She looks unique for Guilty Gear. But I feel like people are a little disappointed with her gameplay so far. She seems maybe not that deep, not a lot of moves. I think she only has like 4 special moves total, and not really any like special unique gimmicks. She does have a mechanic where, depending on how full her super meter is, she actually does additional damage. I believe the intent is basically they wanted Giovanna to be a beginner-oriented character. She's pretty simple. She has a basic game plan, big normals, play footsies, rush down with air dash, that kind of thing. And then they also wanted it to be so, like, if you're a beginner and you're not that good at using Roman cancel or using your supers, you still get a buff just by having meter built. But we're going to go into it here. I am excited to try Giovanna in the beta. Like I said, all these characters are going to be playable in the upcoming beta this week, and I'm going to try to get time in with all of them. So we saw May using one of her new moves there where the walrus comes out and hits the ball at you. That kind of replaces Mr. Otter from Xrd. It seems okay. But yeah, these big normals I think are what really define May in this game, as well as, you know, the dolphin seems very, very safe. And then look at the damage as well. Like, good lord. Manages to not combo into the super there, unfortunately, but still, that did a buttload of damage. So you can see Giovanna kind of has like the Vegito kicks a little bit. I don't know if that's her 5K. I'm actually not sure what normal it is, but there we saw a really nice mix-up from Giovanna. She can jump cancel her standing close kick and go for cross-ups and that kind of thing. So that looks like her most basic form of mix-up. But yeah, like, she seems a little basic. I am excited to try her. I don't mind characters that are a little on the basic side. And I like playing footsies, so I know a lot of people are like, that's not real Guilty Gear unless you're doing unseeable, high-low, fuzzy mix-ups or whatever. But I think having a basic character designed for the new players, I'm fine with it. And she looks fun, even if she is a little bit small in terms of the move list. So yeah, she seems like she can hit confirm off a lot of her normals. There's a charged up dust. So yeah, you have to charge dust up to get a launcher in this game, so it's a little easier to react to the overhead if they want to get damage off it. I like that Roman cancel to keep applying pressure off the cross up, but that was good defense by the Mei player. And there, that move, it's an anti-air. It's not really a DP. It's not invincible, but you can use it as an anti-air. It has kind of a low hurt box, it seems. Yeah, Mei pressuring with the very, very safe Dolphins. There's that same cross-up we saw before, but no meter, so Giovanna couldn't really confirm into anything. Her combos do seem really short without Roman cancel, but that might be true of a lot of characters in this game. And there we saw that anti-air again, by the way. So yeah, no invincibility on that. I believe her only invincible move is one of her supers. But, ooh, look at the footsies, though, from far away. And there's the big cross-up. And then going for another cross-up with that jump kick move. I don't remember what it's called, but that move seems really strong. It can cross up like you saw. You can confirm off of it. You can use it in the air. And it's plus on block. So that move seems generally really good. The only downside is you can be anti-aired out of it because it's an air move. Pressuring with more Vegito kicks there. Ooh, and then Mei sets up the walrus. But you can see, so Giovanna's green now. That's because she has full meter. So I believe the only change is literally just passive damage. She just gets a passive damage buff when she's at full meter. And I believe the dog might get a damage buff at 50% meter. But either way, Mei anti-airs with a dolphin and takes the round. Oh, look at this end screen. This is nice. That's a good looking end screen. So, you know, thoughts on the match. I think these seem like two of, honestly, the more simple characters in the game. Mei is just like a big normals destroy you with anchor type character, although she can do some cool stuff with her projectiles, and I know you're definitely going to be able to do some crazy stuff with like Dolphin plus Roman cancel. Roman cancel just seems like such a key tool for every character. I know that's like a standard thing in Guilty Gear, but like because there's the new system where there's two types of Roman cancels, a fast one and a slow one, and you can sort of install a directional input in the Roman cancel. It seems like you can do so much with it. So I think combining that with, you know, the walrus ball, combining that with the dolphins could lead to some really cool stuff. And, you know, Giovanna just seems like a very standard rushdown character. But I like good normals. I like good movement. She seems to have both, so I'm definitely interested in trying her out. But let's move on to the next match here, which is going to be Axel versus Potemkin. This is always kind of an interesting matchup. You know, like the most one-note sort of keep-away zoner in the game versus the most one-note grappler who can only really do stuff from close range. So we're going to see Axel using that move there, which I believe is his 5P, quite a bit to try to keep Potemkin away. Using the snail as well, which knocks the opponent full screen. Ooh, I love that. Roman cancels his charge dash into the anti-air grab. You do like to see that. And here a Potemkin buster too. Okay, good stuff from the Potemkin player. This matchup, it's like 9-1 in Axel's favor until Potemkin gets in once. And then it's like 9-1 in Potemkin's favor. Axel not having any invincible moves in this game. Maybe one of his supers is invincible. I'm not actually sure. But without meter, at least, no invincible moves, so he's really got to guess on wake up and under pressure situations. But he's got a lot of broken stuff too. We saw a lot of the time stop super in the last video with Axel. I don't believe he uses it much at all in this video. Calls out a jump back with the anti-air grab. That's one of the best feelings that a grappler can have when you predict the up back. So you can see he installed a forward directional input on that Roman cancel, so that's how he was able to combo off of that awkward situation. But Potemkin did burst out. He's seeming to pretty decently zone out Potemkin here. with the 5P, the 2H. And that's a command throw, actually, that is unblockable. It's pretty hard to see. I think you're going to catch people a lot with that move, but it's very dangerous because if it whiffs, they can just destroy you with whatever. It's got really, really long recovery on whiff. And I believe the only way to combo off that is if you already have the time stop super activated. Like, you have to activate the super, and then later you can stop time. So I don't think you can Roman cancel it as far as I know, and the only way to combo after it is if you've already activated the time stop. So he's pressuring with 6H and 5K. Very standard Axel stuff. This reminds me of when I was learning this character in Accent Core Plus R. You know, that aspect of his gameplay hasn't changed, even if a lot of his combo routes and stuff have. So we could see there that Potemkin managed to air block a 2S. So in previous games, the only way that you could air block a ground normal was if you barrier, but that's actually gone in this game. Instead, the trade-off is you can block air normals or ground normals from the air, but you take a ton of risk gauge by doing it. The risk gauge is this purple meter here that just disappeared because he's doing a super. This meter right here, this builds up as you block, and if it gets really high, you take extra damage and extra hit stun. So you have to be careful if that gets up high, but as long as you never get hit, it's fine. You can block all day, just don't get hit. And so he lands the command throw, not able to combo off of it, because like I said, I believe the only way is with time stop super. That was a nice little combo, but he wasn't able to confirm anything, but then the air snail closes it out. It seems like a very good move for Axel, both on the air and in the ground. And Axel takes out Potemkin there. I don't have too much to say about that match. I feel like, you know, we saw a lot of these characters in the last beta. They were both playable. And it looks like they're, you know, they're doing pretty standard stuff that we've seen them do in other games. Sure, they have some new tools and they've lost some old tools, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'm looking forward to playing my boy Axel. He's generally my favorite character to play in the few Guilty Gear games that I have played. But next up, we got Faust versus Leo. So Faust was in the beta, but I think he's changed a decent amount. He actually has a voice actor now, which is new. And then Leo is going to be in the upcoming beta. He wasn't in the last one. He was an original character for Guilty Gear Xrd. Very heavy rushdown character. You know, I was talking before about the characters that when they get in, they just kind of murder you, and he definitely seems like one of those in this game. So we just saw the little gremlin dudes running across the screen. If Faust throws a horn, one of the items he can throw is like a trumpet, and whoever picks that up, actually, both players can pick it up. They will get those little dudes on their side. See, there they are again, to go attack the opponent. So, gotta watch out for that. But we're seeing Leo rush down here. The pressure is real. And then Faust throws him. I think that's a normal throw. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the command throw is the one where he has kind of the knife fingers. So I think that was just a normal throw. Pressuring with the tornado, throwing items, and then I like that, the whiff item throw into the throw. I like that quite a bit. And then he just comboed off the throw. I didn't even know you could do that, but Leo comboing into super here, and the super breaks the wall, which is kind of interesting. It didn't occur to me that supers could do that. Ooh, we're seeing the cross-up pressure with the stance that Leo has. But Faust fought his way out, continuing to throw items. So yeah, there's, woo! We didn't even get to see it. So there's the trumpet on the ground that you can see there. What is that, like a baritone? A euphonium? Whatever. You want to try to pick that up whenever you see it, regardless of which character you are. That's really important, I think. DP from Leo. I'm pretty sure he just has an invincible DP, which is very useful. Seems like not a lot of characters have it in this game. Pressuring with the cross-up pressure, but it does seem like it heavily scales the follow-up damage, so he didn't get that much off of it, but yeah, that looked like a tough mix-up to block. I would definitely be scared of Oki against this character, and Faust wakes up with the throw, which gets him out of the situation. And there, that's the command throw I was talking about. So this leaves you with an afro, and he actually combos off the command throw thanks to the trumpet that got picked up. That's interesting. So yeah, I'm pretty sure when you have the afro on, if Faust hits you with his air item throw, which is like a bomb, it explodes the afro and you take extra damage and hit stun. I'm pretty sure that's what the afro mechanic does. It might have more properties than that I don't know about. We're seeing meteors from Faust, classic item that you hate to see Faust get. There's that bomb throw that I was mentioning where, yeah, oh, now he's got the afro up. Oh, now both players with the afro. Gotta watch out for that. Look at the animation on the afro. It's very bouncy. It's a nice little touch that they put into the game. But yeah, it fell off there. Now we're just going into some pressure here from Leo. I think he just got a guard break. But here comes, yeah, the horn. Faust picks up the horn, so that means here come the little guys. Pressuring with 2K, more very standard Faust stuff. And there, that was so nice. He Roman canceled the item throw. Leo almost certainly expected command throw there, but instead Faust went into a normal, got a counter hit, and killed him. So looking pretty nice. I kind of like the visual redesign of Faust. He definitely looks really different from before, but he looks interesting. Very scary. Like, he's actually creepy now, and not just creepy in like a funny way, but creepy in like an actual scary way. But yeah, Leo looks cool. It looks pretty much like you would expect from Xrd. Heavy 50-50 mix-ups with the cross-up. His back-turn stance looks really good. Big normals, big damage. So, yeah, next up, we're moving on to Kai versus Milia. So Milia is already seeming like a very, very scary character in this game. Her mix-up looks insane. Her left-right mix-up, her high-low mix-up. Her projectiles look good. She looks like a very dangerous character. But something I was talking about earlier was the dichotomy between the slow characters that do a ton of damage and the fast characters that do not a lot. Milia can do a lot of damage in certain situations, but generally, if you compare it to what we've seen from characters like Soul, her damage does seem really low, which, I mean, it makes sense, right? Because the characters who can mix you up and get in the easiest probably shouldn't also be the characters damaging you the easiest. But yeah, like, look how hard she's working for every bit of damage here. I know there is gut scaling, but yeah, I think that's something that you're generally going to find in this game, is that these characters with really, really scary mix-ups are going to have to work a little bit harder for damage than I think we're used to seeing in a lot of fighting games. Like, if we look at Marvel, like, Magneto is one of the scariest mix-up characters and one of the most damaging, right? But it doesn't seem to be the case in this game. So Kai in there pressuring with his safe overhead, but Milia lands a throw to close out round one here. I'm curious how you guys feel about the zoom and camera turn stuff in this game. I think it looks cool, but I can also see that kind of thing getting a little annoying and distracting. It kind of takes you out of the game when the camera's always being shifted all the time, but it seems like they really wanted to show off the graphics, you know, and show off how smooth all the animations are. And I'll admit, they are really smooth. The game looks incredible. I know I say that all the time, but like, I'm just mind blown. Every time I watch this game, I can't believe how good it looks. But there, Kai lands the fully charged dust, so he gets the combo and gets a perfect in round two. Wow, as I was talking about how good the game looks, Kai was just destroying in that round. So yeah, Milia pressuring with her normal. She's got that sort of, it's like a 100-hand slap looking move, but I believe it's just a quarter circle forward input. Does a lot of chip, and it seems very safe as well. So we're seeing the big cross-up pressure. Going for a 50-50 with the meaty projectile, but Kai DP's out. Invincible DP is looking so important in this game. Wow, an anti-air light, it seemed like, or an anti-air punch or kick. I'm not sure what normal it was, but all right, goes into the super, which electrifies Milia. Someone's going to have to let me know exactly what this mechanic does, because I don't know. But you can see she gets kind of an electric aura on her. And I don't know exactly what that changes, but... Ooh, gets counter hit. Not able to complete the combo there, and the Milia confirms into super. Ooh, goes for some nice meaty pressure with the fireball, and Kai burst out, but he's dead anyway. So that's the kind... Let me... I didn't want to rewind and replay too much in these videos because I know we have a lot to get through, but like, look how scary this setup looks. If he didn't have burst there, I don't know what you're doing. You could get hit like 4 different ways there, depending on whether she air dashes, she goes high into low, high into high, high, or empty jump into low, throw, whatever. Like, that looks ridiculous. So definitely I'm scared of this character, and maybe for good reason, but like I said, her damage doesn't seem that amazing, so maybe you get at least a chance to make a lot of guesses against her. Speaking of characters whose damage doesn't seem that amazing, Chip is another one where like his mix-ups seem really good, but his damage seems just okay, as opposed to Ramithal, who seems like one of the most damaging characters in the game. She's got these huge normals with her sword. It seems like her throwing her sword might be a little weak outside of combo situations, because it takes a really long time for the sword to get back. But this is another character who was not in the last beta. I'm very interested in trying her in the upcoming beta this week, but let's check out this match here. You can see the huge range on those sword normals. Looks incredible. So yeah, Kai pressuring with his, Alpha Blade as well as his cross-up. Ooh, Ramithal poking from so far away with these normals. I mean, looks ridiculous. Ooh, okay, but we're seeing really good rush down here from Chip. And he gets the wall break. I mean, I know I was saying he wasn't going to do a lot of damage, but that RC combo did like 40%, maybe 50 if you factor in guts. And there we're seeing, yeah, the wall stick property that those swords have seems really good in combos. And yeah, we're seeing the Ramithal damage looks very extreme in this game, especially when she gets you close to the wall. Yeah, the wall is another kind of controversial system in this game. Ooh, raw super from Chip I think is going to close out the round. So it seems like some people really hate the wall system. I'm personally not crazy about it myself. I don't like the idea that, like, breaking the wall, which looks visually really good, like it looks like something that you would want to do, it actually seems like is maybe not so good in matches because you don't really get good Oki afterwards. You do get that meter build buff, but I don't know how good that is. It just kind of feels like breaking the wall is sometimes more annoying than it is rewarding, but obviously we're going to have to wait and see how it plays out. Maybe you're going to just be trying to break the wall in all your combos really fast to get the damage and to get the meter buff, but I just don't like that disconnect between, you know, a move looking really good, but also being not something that you want to go for that often. But Ramithal convincingly takes that round. And I'm totally open to the idea that I'm just completely wrong here and it's not going to bother anyone after like the first week. That's definitely possible, but we're going to have to wait and see once we get more time on the game here. Big counter hit, but not able to get a full combo there off of the air-to-air. I mean, her normals just look very oppressive. Looks like a hard neutral to deal with for a lot of characters. How are you going to get past this wall of swords? But Chip has managed to get past it, and now he's pressuring. Ramithal air dashes out of the corner. But here's Chip doing Rekka pressure here with the RC. Gets a nice combo, but gets thrown into the corner. And I believe Chip is the lowest health character in the game. So he does take more damage from each hit than most other characters. And a wake-up super is going to close it out. Okay, we're seeing a lot of wake-up supers in this video, I feel like. Oh, now this is just the best win screen ever. Oh, man, look at this. The cute pupper. Oh, that's so cute. But yeah, like, we're seeing a great deal of wake-up supers. And it looks pretty cool. I mean, it does a lot of damage. I get it. Like, a lot of characters don't have invincible DPs, so that's what they have. But yeah, my advice in the beta would be bait wake up supers because I think people are going to be spamming it a lot. But we're here into the last one, maybe the best one too, which is going to be Giovanna versus Soul. This match got me really hyped the first time I watched it. So yeah, we're seeing Giovanna pressuring. Very, very safe, it seems. Like I said, she's got that one special move that's plus on block where she flips in the air. And then that move where she kind of drills. I don't believe it's plus, but I believe it is safe. And if you space it right, you'll be at such a range where they have to be scared to stick anything out, or else they'll get counter-poked by her Vegito kicks. So yeah, we can see a lot of her neutral here is like dashing with a normal to get like forward momentum on the normal. There we're seeing that cross up in the big RC, but wasn't able to combo off it. I was about to get hype. So yeah, it just seems like that's her standard neutral is dash plus a normal, make them block, and then because she can sort of induce plus frames at will using that flip, you have to you know, make the opponent respect it so they don't anti-air you out of it and apply different types of pressure. So seems cool. Oh, he DPs her out of the spiral kick. Spiral arrow, can I call it that, like Cammy? So yeah, even though she has these really safe moves, they are interruptible. So you're going to have to watch out for that. And she does not have a DP, and Soul does. That was an incredibly good confirm, man. Good lord. Into the air dust to wall bounce. That was ridiculous. Okay, round two. And see, I think that's going to be really important against Giovanna, since she does like to do these dash normals. And they're really big and really active, but that also means that, you know, similar to Vegito, they're out there for a long time, so you can whiff punish it easier. So I just feel like jumping back and trying to whiff punish these attacks is going to be big in this matchup, or in anyone fighting Giovanna. So yeah, using the spiral arrow to get some safe pressure there. And there we're seeing that close kick. Seems really good for her. She can jump cancel it, I believe. And then she can sort of mix it in with lows and dust and stuff like that. DPing out of the spiral arrow once again. But there, a wake-up throw is going to take round two. So each player with a point on the board here. This is another controversial factor of the game is the hearts. Instead of being the first to win 2 rounds, you have to be the first to destroy your opponent's 2 hearts. I know a lot of people don't like that. It's a little bit confusing, I will say. Like in most fighting games, you start with 0 pips on the board and you want to get 2. In this game, you start with 2. It's a little bit weird. But I think we'll get used to it. All right, waking up with the Vegito kicks. Gets a big counter hit, but not that much damage off of it. But there we're just seeing the repeated cross-ups. Not a lot of damage off that, but... And then we see the spiral arrow whiffed into a throw. Like, her mix-up seems so safe and pretty hard to deal with. And even if you block it, she gets to keep doing stuff. So I think this Soul player has the right idea where, like, just blocking Giovanna all day is not the answer. You're going to have to look for your spot to interrupt her with a DP or whatever, like an anti-air somehow. Because if you just sit there and block all day, she's just going to keep pressuring you all day with plus frames. Then your risk gauge is going to go up. You're going to die. Both players getting low here in round 3. We're at the Polar Bear Starbucks. They did a really good job of recreating the look of Starbucks, I swear. Like, not just the logo, but also the establishment itself. It looks a lot like a coffee shop. And even the logo, actually, on the Polar Bears, I just noticed the logo on his apron there. Both players down to just a pixel. Oh, look at this neutral. They're both so scared. Oh, double KO. And in case you're wondering what happens if there's a double KO on round 3, they run it back. I don't know if this can happen indefinitely. I'm guessing by the fact that it says round final, I'm guessing that means that if there's another round draw, the match just ends in a draw. That's what I'm assuming. I'm also curious about if one character has one round. Like if player 1 wins round 1 and then there's a double KO, does player 1 win the match? Or do they just do another one? That's something else I'm curious about. Because I know that's changed over time. In old games, it used to be that you would just do another one. But then I believe around Street Fighter 4 might have been the first game I remember where if player 1 wins round 1 and then there's a double KO, player 1 just wins the match, which to me is kind of anticlimactic. But here we're seeing this throw pressure from Giovanna. The conditioning is kicking in here. Oh, nice. And the cross up. And here's the wall break. Not going to be able to kill, though. But we've seen Giovanna just pressuring with these normals and with the spiral arrow repeatedly. So now, with the throws coming out, the Soul player seems a little caught off guard, and then a dash into a low is going to close it out. So, yeah, that was a pretty entertaining match. I think maybe the best one of the whole video. But let me know, what do you guys think? Are you excited for the beta? Like I said, be sure to tune into my stream and hit the sub button on the channel if you're not already subbed, because I'm going to be uploading lots and lots of match footage once I get my hands on the beta myself. So let me know what you guys think about the game down in the comments. And until next time, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.